Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the late night edition of the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha, and we're going to jump back onto the GBWC 2021 build this evening. So, let's get it started, right? Rocking the dingoes. If you want one of these cool-ass hats, hit www.childofmecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat, many more, shirts, prints of my work, all sorts of cool stuff in there. So go load up. If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we're going to be working with here tonight, I highly suggest you hit the Amazon link below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, now I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It helps me out, helps the stream, helps fuel our endeavors moving forward. Lots of cool stuff in there. Like I said, tools and materials, books for inspiration, gear for streaming. If you want to get into that now is a great time. Go take a look. Now, if you are interested in kits, paints, tools, accessories, things of that nature, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, those are both in stock and shipping now. Hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine crew down there are definitely going to have what you need. Now, lastly, but again, not leastly, if you enjoy what we do here, if you like learning this stuff, if you like upping your skill sets in Gundam and Mecha modeling, then I highly request that you like, share, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff on the social medias. Give us a thumbs up on the video as well. Yes. Yeah. Bill says, tonight, the GBWC 2019 build for GBWC 2021. He's not wrong, kids. He's not wrong. But, like I was going to say, if you know somebody or a group that could benefit from watching us, man, share the stream with them. Go put them out there. Yeah. Hoo-ha. Excuse me. Julius Dembski's over in the chat over there on YouTube. He says, congratulations on getting your job back. Don't worry about us. We will all survive even with 3 shows a week. If you go back to that format, it will take more than that to get rid of that. Nah, we're not going back to that. We've come way too far to go back. Nah, that is not happening, Sarge. That is not happening. This train keeps rolling. That's what we're gonna do. Like I said in the afternoon stream, we've kicked off the training wheels. Now it's time to ride the bike. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, let me get the monitor going here just right quick. Now, for those of you guys that may have missed the news somehow, I don't know. But Bandai Bluefin here in the States is having a competition in lieu of GBWC this year. They're calling it the Bandai Hobby Open. This is open to U.S. residents only, so please keep that in mind. But it is a competition where you can basically enter in anything Bandai Hobby produced, right? So, with that being said, Gundam, Star Wars, Pokemon, Digimon, all your Mons. What else? DBZ, Star Blazers, Votoms, the old Bandai Macross kits, 30-minute missions, B Club resin if you have that. Yeah, no, we got that cleared. We got that, yeah. Julio 3, yes. B Club, perfectly legit. It's on tape. We've got the film. Yes, B Club resin, perfectly fine. And like Bill said in the YouTube chat, any model kit that Bandai has produced is fair game. Not the toys, though. The toys are a no-go. Yeah, an original, like OG B Club, perfectly fine. No recasts, though. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't do that. That's not fun. But yeah, man, the Toy Story Model kits. Those are cool too, right? All of that. Hell yeah. So, like I said, get in this competition, take part, just let your creative wings fly, and man, build something amazing, right? There's three categories, and they're all by skill set: beginners, intermediate, and advanced or experts. So this is an awesome type of competition because it's not a winner take all, best of the best, right? If you're a beginner, how are you going to compete with somebody in the advanced category, right? Not exactly a level playing field at that point. But now you can compete against others in your skill category, right? There's going to be some really great prizes, some model kit prizes, some trophies, awesome stuff. Definitely, it's time to take part, and it's time to really, really, really start to build. I am one of the judges, so I'm not going to go easy on anybody. I will tell you that right now. And if you try to enter the beginners or intermediates and we feel that you should be bumped up a notch, we will move you into a different category. So keep that in mind. No trying to get into the beginners when you're an advanced or expert and try to win that and bowl people over. It ain't gonna happen. Not happening. So with that said, just make some amazing stuff for us, guys. Get to work. Yeah, just get wicked. Just throw the chains off, the whole 9 yards. Now, this is the other cool thing. If you build something that is specifically Gundam, like just Gundam related, right? You can still enter that particular piece in a GBWC next year if you wanted to. That was one of the stipulations. Absolutely. You are not barred from entering a Gundam project, a Gundam piece into GBWC next year. But it's the same kind of rule sets as GBWC. Don't infringe on any IPs. You guys know the deal. If it's good for GBWC, it's good for Bandai Hobby Open. The only difference is that they're allowing any Bandai Hobby kit to be entered. So go with that. Yeah. Hell yeah. Superset 5's over there on Twitch. You got it working, Mike. Good job. I watched a little bit of Justin's stream, and he got me wanting to do a ground Gundam Dio for Bandai Open. Nice. Get it done, man. You've got from... it's already started, so it started 5 days ago, May 1st to September 1st. Come on, man. Let's go. Do this. Now, I know there are some questions in the chat here, so let's roll it back here and get some questions answered, shall we? Let's see. Where is it? Okay, so Sperion's got a question. Here we go. So he says, I was late to the early show, so did you ask for a signing bonus at the newest job that you're perfectly fit for? No, man, I just... it's the old job. Got the old job back, so... No. I wish. Let's see. Julius Sarge has a question as well. We have a question. He says, Tim, would it be inappropriate to ask you for insight or input on a kit someone is building for their competition? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's against the rules at all. I don't think it's inappropriate. No. Because I'm not doing the work for you, right? That's the thing. I can give you suggestions, feedback, etc., but at the end of the day, you're the one doing the work, right? And then I'm the one judging the work, or one of the ones judging the work. So, yeah, no, I think that's fine. Let's see. Excuse me. Julionius says, no sandbagging, y'all. For real. William Williams says, if you want, you can turn a Fumina kit into a Sarlacc pit. Hey. That would be weird. Let's see. Keith Hanshaw says, would you consider the difference in beginner to intermediate? What would you consider the difference in beginner to intermediate classes? Like nub marks versus no nub marks? I think it's spelled out already on the website, so I would definitely check with that, right? Yeah, and Bill says they spelled out the differences in the stream. Yeah, and watch that as well, because that definitely helps. But I think they have that on the website, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, I haven't looked at it myself personally. But the live stream that we did with David Clark back on, what was it, Friday. He kind of describes the differences between the three categories. So yeah, yep. Robert Cottrell's over here on YouTube. Hey, Robert, what's going on, buddy? All right, so with that being said, let's get to work. Okay, let's go camera 2. Let's lose the hat. And so here's what we've got so far, right? Keith Hanshaw says, okay, thank you. I missed the stream. No, it's no problem, man. Go back and watch it. I think it was only maybe an hour or so long. It wasn't all that... it wasn't a lengthy live stream. We just basically kind of got into the nitty-gritty right out of the gate. Yeah. Bill says basically the beginner category is for straight builds. Pretty much. All right, so let's get the eyes on. Let's inspect what we've got going here. Now, excuse me. Last time we were together, we worked on this strap right here around the back, right? And that looks pretty nice. I like that a whole heck of a lot. But after that stream, what was it, Monday night, I went ahead and kind of got a jump on things and added this little guy right here, this little vent here, and I think that fits just perfectly right in there. It's a bit recessed, but I think it looks really, really good in there. Now, if we flip it over to this side, and if the camera would focus, there we go. This is the section right here that we installed that vent on. Now, there's basically a quarter round shape right here, and you can kind of see that, right? But what we're going to need to do is to chisel all this plastic out of there and pop that vent into place. So that's what we're going to start with here tonight, and then we're just going to continue detailing this remixed RX-78 beam rifle, right? So let's get this thing stripped down again. Let's get that guy off there, get that, and that, and that, and then we'll get these two wires here, just like that, and boom, there we go. Put all that stuff off to the side, and okay, we're zoomed in good. So we're going to be duplicating this work here. Now, flip this over, and what we've got to do is just kind of chisel all this stuff out here within this rectangular shape here, and then right up the side of this detail here. So just straight up right here, right? So the perfect tool for this is going to be our 1.5 millimeter chisel, right? This will allow us to finally chisel out this plastic, and it'll be nice and even, flat and perfect. So that's what we're going to go ahead and start to do. So let's see, focus, there we go. All right, now this is obviously not going to be a scribing exercise. This is definitely a chiseling exercise. So if you've ever seen woodworkers with their chisels and everything, obviously they push into the material, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing as well. But we're just going to be shaving off a little bit at a time, right? So, without any further ado, we're just going to, just little shavings, right? And this stuff is going to come off real smoothly. Just like that, right? And then we come back up here, right up against that wall, and we just knock out these little pieces here, right? And there's already a nice chunk of plastic that we've already basically chiseled out here, right? We've still got a little bit more to go, but it is getting there, right? Okay. And let's see, let's get this vertical nice and flat there. Excuse me. And we press in. And there we go. That's the start of it, right? You can basically see like that half round or that quarter round wasn't even there. That's kind of how nice and clean we can get this right there. Completely smooth with the lower surface. Yeah. This, my friends, this chisel, workhorse. All right. So we're going to go and start on this other side now. We're going to do the same exact thing, right? Just little shavings of plastic all the way down. Now we got to clear out some of this so that the subsequent layers can be cut properly, right? Just like that. All right. Trim our vertical. And then back to horizontal, or the surface. And look at that. I mean, it's like, it's just like just erasing it, right? Like I said, perfect tool for this. Perfect tool for this. Making short work of this particular task here. Yeah, short work. Okay. Really good. Really good. All right. We will get this as flat as possible. Start to address the vertical here. Clean all that up. And basically just scrape it away. All right. And there we go. That half round or quarter round or whatever it was is now completely erased from this piece. Now, that part is nice and flat, ready for us to glue, for us to glue the vent on, right? And what did that take us? Maybe 5 minutes, something like that. Nothing. It was like nothing. Got to dig in our box o' parts here. Our little bin o' parts. Let's get to searching here. Is that? Nope, that's not it. I saw a second one in here when I got the first one out of here. Watch me not be able to find it though. Oh, there it is. Ooh, wait a minute. Is that it? No, that's not it. This one's smaller. Shoot. This one here. Whoop. That one there doesn't have the lines going across. So that is not the same part. Shoot. And I thought that was it. So obviously not. Oh well. So let's go let's go digging. Here we go. Perfect. One of these right here. That's what we need. So we're going to easily clip this out without dropping or losing it. We'll put that little runner back there, and we will go ahead and trim the nubbies off here, both sides. Get that nice and clean. There we go. All right, so that's all cleared up. Now we just have to install it, right? So what's going to happen is this is going to fit perfectly right in there. Easy. Super easy, right? So let's get this guy stabbed up, and we'll get some super glue on here. Just like that. And we install. Okay, looking at that, perfectly symmetrical all the way around. Love it. Love it. Hell yeah. So there we go. Nicely installed. Ooh, there we go. Make sure that sticks into place. Let's get a little pop of Instaset down there in the nooks and crannies, yeah? That'll set that up, make that stick. Excuse me. But there we are. That looks really good. Really good. Nice way to start the stream off. Simple, easy installation. Very, very good stuff. Let's go back and get caught up with the chat, because I know I saw a question or two, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Bill says, intermediate categories for simple detailing and paint. Yeah. Advances for heavy customization. Yes. Breaking down the categories for the Bandai Hobby Open. Thank you, Bill. Let's see. Pabby's over there says, here we are again. Hey. Manny or Mr. Dio. Hey, the whole family's here, right? There you go. Keith Hanshaw says, okay, thanks for the short version, everyone. Yeah, hey, no problem, man. No problem. Bill says, definitely refer to the official listing, as that is what matters. Bingo. Exactly. R. Aurora, Mr. Andrew, at this point, you should just call it the Happy Nanner Cannon. Jesus, don't tempt me. Chris Pab says, I call that the wide boy, right? Hefty. There we go. Space Rat 53. He's over there on YouTube. He's got a question.
We have a question.
I'm considering entering my Master Grade Sinanju Stein and may attempt putting on some add-on parts from USA Gundam Store and paint. Any advice or suggestions for the first time doing that sort of work? Watch the streams, right? Just watch what we do, right? And have no fear. Just do it, right? Make sure you have a good attention to detail, because that's important. Right? That's important. But if you can dream it, man, you can do it. Right? It's going to take work, but you'll be able to do it. Have no fear. Yeah, just do it. William Wilm says, if you have fear of messing up the Stein, then try out the idea on a cheap model that you don't care about. Good advice. Good advice. Bill says, I mean, the underbarrel attachment could be a beam shotgun, a mini cannon, a mini beam launcher, a grenade launcher, etc. No need to get specific at this point. True. I just like to give things names. What are you going to do? CML says, practice paints on spoons to make sure you like the colors. That's a good piece of advice as well. Weapon X69 is over there on YouTube, starting up my Zaku Gunner as I watch along. Nice. Space Rat 53 says, I'm confident in my abilities at this point. Also, what sort of glue would I need? Super glue? I always recommend super glue, yeah. For attaching parts and things like that. I love, obviously, if it would focus. BSI, Bob Smith Industries, the Instacure Plus. This is my super glue of choice, but for seam lines and, things that definitely need to go together, you can't go wrong with a little plastic magic, right? So those are the two glues that I use primarily. Let's see. Bill says, Space Rat, figure out your primer, paint, and top coats ahead of time and make sure they are compatible. And make sure you can get them, right? Because that's the thing. Bill says, focus on cleanup, excess glue, nub marks, divots, etc. Can sometimes only be seen after primer is applied. It's great advice. Man, Bill's doing a better job than I am. Bill, why aren't you hosting? Shit. And Bill says, don't forget to figure out a base and pose for your kit. Yeah. Took the words, right out of my mouth, right? Space Rat says, pretty much just got access to Tamiya Fine Surface Primer. That works. Testers and Citadel paint. I did a pretty good job hand painting with Citadel on the Master Grade Jinx. There we go. Hey. Bill says, okay, so you're planning on painting with acrylic. That will determine which coats you use. Hell yeah. Weapon X69 says, which Rick Dom do you guys recommend for custom, Shars or regular? Either. Honestly, they're very similar, right? The Shars one just comes with that massive bazooka, right? That big thing. William says, doesn't the Shar come with different weapons? There we go. Great minds, right? Space Rat says, Citadel's acrylic. I got both acrylic and enamel testers, and my clear coats are testers lacquer. Okay, so just be super careful with the clear coat, and then you'll be fine. Julio Ponte, Mr. Clippin' Nubs. What up, mother lovers? What's going on, dude? Weapon X69 says, okay, just wondering if there is a difference between the two besides color. Yeah, I think that the only difference is that big bazooka. I could be wrong, though. Let's see. Bill says, don't think so, but check Dalong to verify if there is another bazooka or anything. Weapon X says, thanks, guys. You're welcome, man. R. Aurora says, I want to do some minor changes to the Master Grade Sandrock Endless Waltz, but I'm not all that good, afraid of being entered in the advanced category when I'm an intermediate style builder. Enter what you think is appropriate, right? Greg Blair says, hey, Tim, I'm working on my entry now. Nice. Julius Dembski Sarge says, oh, shit, I lost a part. Sorry about that, man. That sucks, Julius. You'll find it. Superset 5 over there on Twitch, or better yet, practice on a high-grade Sinanju Stein. It's good call. Yeah, just scale it down a bit. That's all you got to do. Nice. Alex Weinstock's over there on Facebook. He joins us. He says, hi, I was able to sand the pieces that had too much primer on it and did primer again. It's much better. Thanks for the tips. Man, Alex, you're welcome, buddy. I'm glad it worked out for you. That's what we're here for, man. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Glad we could help. Let's see. Bill says, to Andrew, says, just build the kit how you want. Enter it in and what you think your skill set is. If they change it, they do. Yeah. Exactly, right? Exactly. Space Rafty 3 says, I was thinking of using the base of the Master Grade Zeta 2.0 like I have it launching from the deck catapult. Decent idea. Zero Kai's with us over there on YouTube. Nathan, he says, hey guys, snapping up this H2 normal before I get any ideas for a custom build. That's always a good starting point, is to just snap it. Snappy Snapperton, right? Get to snapping. Anywho. Here's Space Rat, and he's got a question.
We have a question.
What should I be concerned with in regard to using lacquer, clear coat, or acrylic or enamel? So, order of operations, obviously. And you need to worry about the heat in terms, and I'm not saying physical heat, but I'm talking about the volatility of the materials, the paints and primers, right? So acrylic is the less hot of all three of the kinds. Acrylic is a little bit more hot because it has a little bit more solvent in it. Lacquer obviously is the hottest, quote unquote. Not talking about temperature, but that's got the most solvent in it, right? So if you use say a lacquer primer, good base, because nothing's going to harm it. If you then spray just simple acrylics, like water-based acrylics like Vallejo or something like that, and then go back and spray a lacquer clear coat over it, you want to make sure, number one, that those acrylic paints are 100% cured. Like, give it a solid week just to be on the safe side. Err on the side of caution. Trust me. You'll thank me later. But then, when you go to spray on that lacquer clear coat, you got to go in light misting layers and just build that up. Because what's going to happen is the lacquer will contract, and it could cause wrinkling in the paint if that paint is not sufficiently cured completely, right? So that's a thing that you have to be concerned about. Same thing with enamel paints as well. That if you spray the lacquer on top of that, if it's not completely cured, and mind you, enamel takes a lot longer than acrylics. A lot longer, like months, weeks, months to fully cure. So it'll be dry to the touch and you'll think it's completely rock hard, but trust me, it is not. Enamels take a super long time to fully cure. So just use, like I said, light misting layers and just build that up. Yeah. Yeah, and Bill says you don't want the lacquer reactivating previous layers either. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be very, very bad. If you're going to use a lacquer primer and then a lacquer clear coat, I would always suggest using lacquer paints, Mr. Color, SMS, Gaia Notes, Alclad, etc., etc. Splash, whatever. If, obviously, you can get it, right? If you can get it. So, yeah, that's kind of the do's and don'ts, if you will, right? Julio says, "Yo, Buzz is such a disturbing build." LMFAO, dude, full armor Buzz Lightyear. Come on, like, how is that not an amazing idea? Like, and Darth Woody. Can you imagine? Like, especially with that, because the Bandai kits came, I think, with three faces, and the one where he's just like that, like with the super messed up face. Yeah, that would be awesome, like under like a hood and everything. Come on. It would be amazing. Don't front. It would be amazing. William says, are you looking at the face plates without the eyes? That's exactly what I was thinking. Kenneth Sim says, same rules as doing candy gloss finishing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Julio, no, Bill says, Julio, are you naming it Faz Lightyear? Seriously, that would be great. That would be kind of great, right? Yeah. Julio 3, Big Zam Star Destroyer. What? I dig it. I dig it. I dig all these crossovers. Vegeta piloting an X-Wing or something like that? Come on. Just so many possibilities, you guys. So many possibilities. Like, just go hog wild, right? And I'm not saying you have to cross, the different IPs or anything, but these are the types of examples that you can get stupid creative with. If you build something that is specifically just strictly Gundam and it's awesome, that's, perfectly legit, right? Perfectly legit. All I'm saying is just don't be afraid to experiment. Yeah, don't be afraid to experiment and try new weird techniques. What can it hurt? Right? What can it hurt? So, Julio says Faz Lightyear is good. Really is. He says, I was thinking Full Metal Lightyear. Ooh, that's good too. I like both of them. Yeah. Or you could do a Sith Buzz Lightyear. Call it Darth Darkyear. I don't know. Just spitballing here. Probably wasn't as... It's probably better in my head. Anyway. Space Rat says, so give the acrylic or enamel paint extra time to cure and light misting coats of clear. Exactly. Exactly. Julioni says FML. Nice. Bill says, I would immediately think Full Metal Alchemist from that, Julio. Bill's got a point. Bill does have a point with that. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Anyway. Chris Degger, Darth Woody. Yeah, we actually said Darth Woody. It would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. Darth Woody. Hell yeah. All right. So we've got the vents installed here on both sides. Those are all glued up nicely. Let me see something here. Now, I feel it needs something up here, right? Needs something there. Maybe not even like a like plastic or anything. Not even anything like that, right? Just needs something else. Maybe some scribing. We'll do some scribbing. Let's do some scribbing, kids. If you missed that on the early live stream, we did a bunch of scribbing. It's like Pabs with the stockings. Stockings! Fucking hell. Alright, so I think that's going to look really nice. We're just going to do like a simple box scribe. Nice long right up the top of the barrel, or the gun, or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. I really don't care at this point either. So we're going to strip that off there. Get that. And what we're going to do is to get this moved up and have a nice border around the tape. And that doesn't look too bad. I think it's a little off right there. And there we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah. Julio says, 'cause you're a weeb. Whatever. You're the weeb. I don't know who you're talking to. Alright. Let's see. Let's get some marks here. Because I wanna know where on the top here that the scope hits, right? Right there. Right there. And right there. We'd make little marks. There we go. All right. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go 0.20 with this outline scribe because I want it to be a little bit more prominent than, say, just a simple panel line, right? So we're going to use the 0.20. Let's get scribbing. Okay. Just getting these lines nice and deep. Right there like that. All right. Very nice. All right, now we'll make the cross and connect these two lines together here. Just like that. And get these lines connected. Don't blow out your corners because that is always a sad, sad state of affairs. You wanna treat your corners with love, kids, because that makes or breaks a good scribing design. Is the cleanliness of the corners where the two lines match up, or maybe even several lines, right? The cleaner your corners are, the better that line design is going to be, hands down. All right, so we're going to grab the 0.60. We're going to do a little notching here while we have the tape still on the piece. We're going to start with the top first. We're just going to start by kind of pulling a horizontal notch right out at the top here. Spin this thing around, start working on the other side. Okay, just like that. Start cleaning up both sides independently and get these to match up. There we go. That is looking pretty good. Very nice. All right. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So now what we can do is we can make some horizontal scribes right along in line with everything. And to do that, what we're going to need is one of our scribing jigs, right? So we're going to use one of the smaller ones, one of the thinner scribing jigs, right? But let me see if I can find one that is going to suit our purposes here, right? Got a whole bunch of pieces sitting over on this side, and doesn't exactly help with organization, unfortunately. What did I do with that one? Is it in here? Yes, here we go. That's the one I was looking for. There we are. See, so this one is nice and short, and we can pop this right up against the edge and just make a nice kind of sliding little deal here, right? Simple stuff, and we can just go right across, and it just is going to work perfectly, pretty much. Ooh, but there's a little bit of looks like epoxy putty in there, so let's get that cleaned out, because that is not going to give us nice even scribes and notches there. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much cleaner. And yeah, see, now that's nice. Nice and horizontal. Excellent. All right. So, let's see what we can do here. So, what we've got is we've got the scope coming across right about there, right? And I'm just putting marks on the tape itself. I'm not putting it on the plastic or anything like that. And then the other one, the end of that piece comes right up against here. And so if you can see there, you can see in the highlights are two little marks right there. So we don't want to put anything necessarily under there, because that's going to cover the panel lines and everything, right? But then we have the main section of the scope coming down and hitting right about here. Right there, right? So we can work in this section, and then we can work in this front long section here as well. So let's do some measurements and see how long this front section is. That is 13 millimeters. This back section is about 3.5 millimeters. Okay. All right. So with that being said, so 6.5 is our midpoint. Let's go. We're gonna do one that is fairly close to the front end of the scope, but nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy. Okay, there's that. And let's get the other end of this set in and established. Very good. Whoa. There we go. All right. So let's get that cleaned out there. That looks pretty nice, right? That little notch right there. Very good. Now, what we need to do is match this up on the other side, and that's where this little scribing jig comes into play, because we can set this right to the front edge, and we can use our chisel, set a mark in there, and now we know where to scribe from, right? Easy stuff. Okay, got that front side established there. Now we're going to do the same thing on this other side. We'll get the scribing jig bumped up right to the end point of that, and we'll make a little mark with our chisel, and that's where we scribe back into the notch. And then that should perfectly mirror the notch on the corresponding side, right? Should. Should. Unless we did something grievously wrong, right? There we go. So let's take a look. Those look very, very even with one another. Really good. Really, really good. All right, cool. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and remove this piece of Dymo, because we're not going to need this anymore. Our box is set in. Now we can just do some nice horizontal lines across this box. There we go. And there's the beginning of that box scribe right on top there. Right? Simple. This isn't a complicated scribing job. This is scribing a line around a box, literally. That's all that it is. So this is where our little scribing jig is going to come into play big time here. So what I want to do first is, we're going to use 0.15 for this. We're just going to drag a line right across here. And I'm not measuring, I'm just basically putting it where I feel that it should be, right? It's just feel at this point. Just like that. Okay. Now, we're going to need to have our .20 ready to clean out the outside lines because that's what we used originally. Okay. All right. So that's a good start right there. It's a real good start. Focus. There we go. Very nice. All right, so we're going to kind of play with line width and stuff like that as well, right? Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, well. So let's go ahead, throw the scope on here. All right, so I think what we're going to do... Ooh, this is... Okay, hang on. Idea time. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a line right in the center of these two notches, right? Go with me on this. Hang tight. And we're going to make this a .30, okay? Let's see, is that centered up? Needs to be just a tad bit lower. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Let's get our chisel set back in there. All right, so we're going to go right across there. And let's get this line reinforced. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. All right, let's get that 0.6 back in here because we need to do a little bit of cleanup on this notch right here. Now that the tape is off, there's no shadow from it, and I can see there's still a little unevenness. Even on both of them, there's a little unevenness on the bottom of the that notch there. All right. Yeah. See, I like that look. Let's see if... Oh, come on, focus. There we go. You can kind of see... Where's the highlight? Catch the highlight. There. Come on. There it is. Yeah. See, that looks pretty good. I dig that look. I dig that look. Okay. So, we're gonna play with these lines here just a little bit more. What I'm thinking, let's go ahead, throw the scope back on here one more time, see where our boundaries are, right? And I'm thinking we do a line right here, right through the kind of underside of that opening. We'll go ahead and give that a 0.30 as well. Just like that. Okay. Get that debris out of there. And there we are. All right. Throw the scope back on there. And yeah, see, that's a nice little peek out from underneath of that scope area right there, right? Just that little detail line right there. Just a little peak of something. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just a little something, something. Just a little spark, right? So I think one more thing that we're going to do here is we're going to add just another little line right close to the first one, and that's also going to be a 0.15, right? Right about there. This one here. Just like that. And again, you guys, this is all kind of based on feel right now. There's no measuring involved, nothing like that. You can kind of go crazy with something like this. But, you know, deep down this does make logical sense that they're going to need to get, maintenance is going to need to get in there to clean out components, maintain the machinery, all that good stuff, right? All right, so we're done with the 0.15. We're done with the 0.60. Now, one more thing that I want to do here up near the front is add just a couple little notches within the box itself, right? Let's see, that is not going to work. That's too small. This is 3.2 here. And that's too big. Where is 2 millimeter? As I drop it. Let's see. That's not too bad, yeah? That's not too bad. Let's take a look at that 3.2 one more time here. It's 1.5. Son of a bitch. Yeah, see, that's almost centered. We can't use that. We're going to go back to 2. All right. So what we're going to do is use our 0.30 millimeter chisel here, and we're just going to drag out a couple just little notches right here on this top line. Just like that. Yeah, see, that looks pretty good. It's not too close to the edge. Something like this can represent some hinges or something like that, right? Nothing crazy, just simple, easy stuff, right? We're not doing any, you know, diagonals or 3-line rules or anything like that. This is just a simple box scribe. And this right here, for me anyways, is like the bread and butter of scribing. Just a simple box scribe. It's just, yeah, it's like anything that you need. This is the type of scribing pattern that, you know, you want to incorporate, because it's just super clean, utilitarian, just a universal type of look, right? And it can go with either Fetty or Xeon suits. Doesn't matter. Yeah. And there we go. Pretty good. All right, so chisel discipline, you guys. Chisel discipline. Chisel discipline. All right. So let's get scope back on there, and let's put that on just real quick, and then you can kind of see how that detail just kind of peeks out at you, right? Really, really nice. And then when we come in, paint this and then panel line it, that's just going to pop out, and it's just going to make it look really, really good. Very nice stuff. All right. Very, very good. All right, so now, since we scribed the front part here, I feel that this top section back here is a little wanting, yeah? So we're going to do something similar to what we just did, right? I think this is probably the same width, yeah? If not the same, just a tad bit wider. And it's not really a big deal if it is a tad bit wider, because you're not going to be able to tell the difference from one side to the next with the scope in the way, right? That's going to be the big thing. Now, let's see if this is too wide for our purposes here. No, it doesn't look like it. That looks fine. But it is definitely too long. That's going to be an issue. So we're going to hack off, I don't know, maybe about a third of it. Just right off of there. Now let's square both of these ends up, because the last thing you want is unsquared ends on your tape, right? And I think what we're also going to do, we're going to get a little bit more creative with this this back side here. We're going to go ahead and bevel the corners on one of the sides. Here we go. That side nice and square. Let's get the other side nicely squared as well. And let's check this for length. Perfect. Absolutely perfect right there. That's going to be a good length. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go with 1/4 millimeter. That'll give us a 1/2 millimeter bevel on the corners, right? Hang tight and I will get caught up with the chat momentarily. Kind of in the zone a little bit here, so bear with me, you guys. Bear with me here. Let's see. Let's get our 45 degrees set in, locked in, and then we're going to go ahead, come on now, bump this right up against there, chop that corner off, and then you get that nice bevel right there on the corner. All right, spin it around to the back side. Let's get the curve out of this piece of tape first. Do a time check, 11:18. Cool. After we get this laid down, we'll catch up with the chat and see what you guys are up to here, I promise. All right. So now we've got those nice beveled corners on either side, right? So this is going to look good once it's scribed into the surface. So we're going to put the chopper off to the side here. And let's go ahead and get this placed onto the piece. And then, like I said, we'll get caught up with the chat. There we go, just like that. Okay. All right, now placement is everything. Nudge it into place. Just try to make it as centered as we possibly can, right? It's not going to be, I don't think it's ever going to be perfect, but it can be close enough. 1/2 millimeter on both sides. Boom, 1/2 millimeter on both sides. So that thing is about as centered. Maybe this top section gets nudged over just a bit, but that is now as centered as I can probably get it. So, all right, let's get caught up with the chat, shall we? Let me get a drink first. I'm a little parched, you guys. Whew. All right. So, with that being said, let's go. Where did we leave off? Superset 5 says Darth Buzz would be a real buzzkill. Don't quit your day job, Mike. That's just not funny. Pabs with resin. There you go. Bill says, I wonder if someone will locate a Bandai Escaflowne kit. Wow, taking it back. And kit bash that with, like, a Justa would be seriously interesting. Yeah. Andrew says, thanks, Bill. Now I have the OP to Escaflowne going through my noggin. Nice. Bill, but it's such a great anime. It is. He also says, Bandai has made kits from so many IPs over the years. Yeah, that is true. Andrew says, how about Spike's Space Racer from Cowboy Bebop with an X-Wing? Nice combo. Bill says, I mean, I can see someone mixing a Bulbasaur and a Haro. Holy shit. Bulbaharo. Bulbaharo. There you go. Bill says, did Bandai make Cowboy Bebop kits? I think they did. I'm pretty sure. 3-Star is over there on YouTube. What's going on, man? Andrew says, just Spikes as far as I know. Bill says, cool. All right, folks, I will be back later. Time for me to leave work and go home. And it looks like he just got home. So I don't know how long we took or how long you took, Bill, but yeah, we just got to finish what we were doing. So there we go. Let's see. Space Rat says, just posted some pictures of my Master Grade Jinx on the Mecha Army Facebook. Nice. He also says, had to give it a bit of a dusting since it had been a while since I last handled it. Just want general thoughts from anyone about it. There you go. That's always a good way to get kind of opinions and stuff. Just post it in the Facebook, in the Mecha Army Facebook page. Hell yeah. Bill says, Space Rat, there is some streaking with the blue. Hand painting can be difficult. Check out Win Paint Pusher, yeah. And Lincoln Wright, Instagram or YouTube, Lincoln Wright. There you go. Space Rat 53 says, I noticed that, yeah. Andrew says, Haro into Voltorb? I am not familiar. Sorry. Not familiar. Anyway, we're caught up. That was easy. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's put it that way. All right. Back to scribbing. All right. So, we're going to go back to the 0.20, simply because I want the boxes to have kind of the same, panel line width on the top here, right? That's really the only reason. Now, when this scope sits down, it's going to cover a good part of this box. Now, a good part of it will be seen, but it's gonna cover a large portion of that. So that's not a problem. At least for me, it's not a problem. I don't see it being as a big deal as it could have been, right? So let's get our lines set in here. Are we even on screen? Is it focused? There, okay, good. Good. All right. All right. So we've got our two parallel lines here. Now we can go around the diagonals and then the horizontal as well. Connect all these lines. Okay. All right. Last diagonal here, and then we're all set. Let me just be very, very careful to connect these two lines here, because this is where everything can go downhill fast, right? All right, so that looks pretty good there. Let's go ahead and take off our Dymo tape here. We're not going to do any, you know, perimeter notches or anything like that. We're going to keep this fairly simplistic, right? Fairly simplistic. We may even just keep this as a box here. Let's go around this one time. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, get that out of there. Now let's throw the scope on here. See what that looks like. Yeah. See, I really am liking that look. Really liking that look, you guys. That's a good look. That's a really good look. Now, one thing, we're just going to put one simple line, just one, right across kind of the back edge here, right? Just one. And again, we're using 0.15 for this one rather than the 0.20, just to keep our panel lines a consistent width, right? There we go. Get that debris out of there. Very nice. Now, I want to throw the scope back on here and see if we can do something else here. All right, let's see. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we've got some leeway to put in a couple little notches there as well, just for hinges and stuff. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna raw dog this one. We're gonna freehand these, and we'll just pray for the best. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Let's have the 0.15 back out here to clean out the line itself. Right there. And then we'll go back, turn this around, and reinforce that notch a little bit. There we go. There we go. Good shit. All right, other side here. Now, if you look at my hand position when pushing into this, if you guys are comfortable with pushing a 0.3 millimeter chisel into plastic, this, I'm going to show you my hand positioning. This is basically how you do it. I have my thumb here. The chisel is resting up against my thumb. That's keeping this straight. Got my middle finger right here on the back end of the chisel. That's basically applying very light pressure from both sides. That's keeping that chisel straight and true. I'm holding it like a pen. That's the best way to do something like this. And I'm coming in at a very, very, very shallow angle. Okay? And we're just taking off little slivers of plastic. Especially the first few passes, because you don't want the notch to blow out and rip plastic off of out of the back near the panel line. Okay, now let's make sure both of these are the same height. Yep, that is looking good. All right, let's clear out the line. All the way around. All right, chisel discipline. We got it. And let's get a little bit of sanding, clean up sanding here on this whole top surface. Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull the 0.15 back out here just to clean out any dust left over in these panel lines. Now, good thing about using a 0.15, it's just slightly smaller than the 0.2, which means this can glide right through these perimeter lines with relative ease. And then it can rip through the cross lines very easily as well. All right, there we are. Throw the scope on here. Ooh, clean a little bit of dust out of the scope. That's a mess. There we are. All right. So, damn, that looks good. This gun is getting better and better every time we sit down and work on this thing, I swear. That's nice. That's really nice. All right. So, what I want to do next is address this little circular area here, this little area right here, right? Now, if you remember, there was like an iron sight up here. We ripped that off. We took that out and deleted it. So I want to kind of backfill that little section there with just something, a little some, right? That's not bad. 2.5. I have a thought. Let's get in, dig in our bin of metal parts. Bin of metal parts. What do we have in the goodie box? So many goodies to choose from. So many little metal parts and trinkets and thingies, right? So much fun. Ooh, what is that? No, that's not the one. Aha, that may be the one. Now, the question that we have: do we go solid? Yeah, we're gonna go solid. We're gonna do one of these little guys right here. Right, yeah. All right, so these should be 2.5 if I am not mistaken. Let's get one of these little dudes out here. Come on, you. Just like that. Cap this little guy. And honestly, guys, these little containers right here, these are little makeup containers that you can get off Amazon, and I think I have them in the link. But these are great for holding these little metal parts, right? Because you're not going to have a ton of metal parts. I mean, I have a ton, and they all fit in one of these little containers, you know, with a ton of room to spare. They screw on, so they're very, very secure, and they don't take up much space either. And they come with little sticker labels, so you can label them if you wanted to. I obviously don't label mine, but again, those are awesome little containers. So just FYI. All right, let's do a little measuring here, shall we? 2.5. Oh, look at that, 2.51 on the money. Perfect. So we take this over here and we look at that. And yeah, that's damn near spot on. Damn near spot on. All right, so we're going to put that little part over there. And first things first, let's do a little chisel discipline. Get that off to the side. And excuse me. Let's do our very, very best. Number one, to clean out the glue on this thing. We're going to use a 0.3 because we're just going to kind of come right around this perimeter in here. We're just going to scrape all that away, right? And just get that corner there nice and square. There we go. Very good. Excellent. All right. Chisel discipline back in place. Now we're going to need to find the middle of, or mark the middle as best as we can on here. That, you guys can't even see that, can you? Oh well. Your loss. But we're going to go ahead and mark that out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go with that. So we're going to grab our pin vise here. We're going to drill out a 1mm little hole in there because that's how wide the shaft is for this little metal part. Okay. And once we do this, we'll get caught up with the chat again. What time is it? 11:40. We got plenty of time. Holy crap, man. We're getting shit done tonight, y'all. All right. Right in there. Let's do a little bit of centering on this. And there we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. So that goes all the way through there. Excellent. We're going to put that off to the side. And what we're going to do is get this little circular bit here, and we're just going to lightly bevel the inside of that hole, because what's going to happen is, just like scribing, when you displace the plastic, it's going to kind of curl up on the perimeters of whatever you're removing, right? So in that hole, the outside of the drilled hole, that plastic kind of shoots up like this along the edges. When we went ahead and did that little chamfering exercise with the grinding bit, it took that down a good amount, or completely flush with the piece. So let's pick this little guy up here and get him installed, and we can see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's money in the bank. Come on, that's not even fair. Look how nice that looks, right? That is perfectly centered right up in that thing, right up in that thing, right? There it is with the scope on it. It's just a silly, dumb little detail. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You just add just one. And this is probably going to be the only metal part on this entire thing. The only one. But it just adds that little pop, right? That's just that little pop. And we'll weather it and we'll bring down the shine and everything so it doesn't look, garishly bare metal or anything. But it's just that simple little pop of metallic in there that just kind of brings shit to life, right? So I just really like the look of that. Really, really like the look of that. I'm happy with that detail. And it's silly because, like, I'll be working and I'll think of an idea, and I'll think it's a good idea, but then once you execute it and you get it installed, and you're just like, that looks dope as shit. I'm not gonna lie, like, that looks amazing, right? This is kind of that little moment here for me. Just that little pop of metal just sets everything in motion, and if it was focused, of course. But yeah, and it just sticks up just a little off that surface, so you notice it even in profile. Even if you're looking at this weapon in profile, you can see it, right? And that just pops, man. That just pops. I'm real happy with that. Real happy with that. All right, continuing on. Yeah, continuing on. Itch my eye a bit. Let's get caught up with the chat, because I know you guys are talking a little bit here. Let's go get caught up. Yeah. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Holy shit, you guys talked up a lot, didn't you? Jesus. Greg Blair says, I am doing a high-grade Gerbera Tetra. These seams are driving me insane. Very little mold lines, though. Yeah, it depends on which one that you're working on, though, Greg. Because they had the OG 0083 high grades, like, way back in the day. But then I think they redid the Gerbera Tetra in an HGUC, I think. Could be wrong. But yeah, just stupid seams. Superset5 over there on Twitch, he says, I'm trying to find some 1/100 scale decals from Bandai, and the only place I can find them on is Amazon for $60 $60, that's the starting price. Holy shit. Are they, well, he just says 1/100 scale. Trying to find some 1/100 scale. I thought that he meant decals, so that's why I inserted that word in there, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't know, Superset, man. It's just one of those things, I guess, right? Supply and demand. Bill says, Greg, yeah, the older the kit, typically the worse the seam lines are. Tell me about it. He says, you really want to test your patience, try an early 90 kit. I'm bald now for a reason. There you go. Greg says, it's going to look so good, though, when I am finished. I've been wanting to build this kit and figure, well, why not for a competition that I have time for? Fun till September, Bill. Hell yeah, man. And Bill says, fun till you quit. Damn right, man. Damn right. I love these attitudes right now. You guys are awesome. Greg says, LMAO, I have the high-grade death scythe, and that thing sucks. Yeah, well, the old high grades were not great in terms of panel lines and stuff. I remember having those when I first started out. Actually, I think I still have some. But yeah, they suck. They suck. Womp womp. Anyway, Bill says, I think the Versago was the worst for me. Andrew says Hydra. Greg's not familiar with that one. Hydra, yeah, there you go. Julius Dembski Sarge, he says, is anyone not using part C3 for their Master Grade RX 78 Origin kit? It is part of the shield mechanism. I seem to have lost mine and don't remember cutting it from the sprue. Do I even still have my shield from that kit? I don't think so. I think I sent it to Mikkel. Yeah. Shit, Sarge. Sorry. I don't have the shield anymore, else I'd hook you up. Sorry. Yeah, well, see, Bill says, I think he's using the Origin shield as a donor. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I sent that to Mikkel because Mikkel bought my Master Grade Origin off me because he's using it for a conversion. But I kept the rifles. Sorry, Mikkel, and the backpack. He didn't need any of those. But yeah, I'm pretty damn sure I sent the shield to him because I don't have it anywhere on my desk here. Sorry, Sarge. I'd hook you up either way, but yeah. Bill says, shoot, I even built the 100 Toggies 3 back in the day and it wasn't as bad as the Versago. Whew, yeah. Versago looked like a mix between Epion and Heavy Arms and Altron. There you go. John Lynn, Miss Creeping Freely for you. Tim! Going on, John Lynn? Let's see. Everybody saying hi to John Lynn. Let's see. Julius says, it's not an external part. Looking at it on the instructions, I may be able to mock something up and make it work. Hey, necessity is the mother of ingenuity. Andrew says, kind of late, but I want a PB&J sandwich. You go get yourself a PB&J sandwich, Andrew. You be you. Go for it. I have faith in you. Will says, just got home from work is code for beer 30. There you go. Hey, there it is. Bill says, cool. I hope you can, Julius, as it is definitely better than waiting for a part in the mail. Oh, damn right. Julius says, I don't want to ask him to sacrifice a piece from the kit he's using for GBWC build, even if he's not using it. Oh, thanks, Sarge. Dude, I would absolutely hook you up in an instant. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have the shield anymore. I sent it to Mikkel, so you could always bug him. Bill says, Will, 10 years ago it was. I almost never drink anymore and have never been into drinking alone. I have. Once in a blue moon. There's nothing wrong with it. Weapon X69 says, anyone build a Master Grade RX-78 GPO-2A? Thinking of getting, I want some thickness. It's an old, well, if you're talking about the Master Grade, it's an old kit. Get ready for some work. Put in some work. Z's over there. He says, Tim, sell me a kit. What kit you want, dog? I got you. I just sold one to Frankie. I sold him a GPO3. What you want? I'm like a freaking store in here. Name what you want. I got you, son. I sound like Mikkel now, right? I got you. I got you. Right? Throw up the gang signs and shit. Fucking Mikkel. Love that kid. Bill says, I know the design is great, but the GPO2 Master Grade kit is seriously showing its age. See, man, Bill, get out of my head. God damn. You know what? Let's take a vote, you guys. All in favor for making Bill a mod, say yes. Just go. Just, yeah. Pab says, nah, Mikkel's tagline is, yo, listen. Yo, listen. Right? If y'all want me to make Bill a mod here in the YouTube chat, just say yeah. Julio, I'm not counting you. Because Bill, I swear, has like... let me check the exact spell. There you go. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, man. Overwhelming, yes. I think he's earned it. What do you guys think, yeah? Fuck it, let's do it. Oh, come on. Work. There you go. And... oh, come on. Submenu. Boom. Ha. Bill is now blue named. Or at least should be here very, very soon. Yeah. Hopefully that takes effect. God, that would suck if it didn't. Let's make sure, yeah? Word. All right, so it's showing remove moderator next to his name, so that means he's a moderator now. So there you go. Bill, welcome to Moderation Town. Population U. All right, moving on, because Bill is awesome. Julius Dempsey says, yeah, look at that. There's the blue name. Look at him. Nice. Julius says, yeah, looking at it, I can use some epoxy putty and styrene to make the part. See? There you go. Nice. Hell yeah. Nathan just said, are you sure that you and Bill are not brothers? Dude, I mean, it's like he's in my head sometimes with answers and stuff like that. It's crazy. So, I figured it's time, right? Hell yeah. Bill, I think you've earned the respect of everybody in the chat. Obviously, you've earned mine. So, much deserved. Well, much, much deserved. There you go. Good stuff. Let's see. Andrew says, or if you can get the resin conversion kit for the GPO2. Yeah, I mean, if you can, right? Space Rat 53 says the 0083 master grades are long overdue for getting the 2.0 treatment. I would agree with the 01 and the 02. The 03 is still halfway decent because that was created years afterwards, like years after the first ones. Yeah. John Lewis says, Tim is killing it today. Man, you know what? I'm trying over here. I'm trying, son. I'm trying. Bill says, yeah, Space Rat, but I would honestly prefer they make new kits. There are so many designs they haven't made a master grade of, and I would like those before remakes of older ones. That's a very, very valid point. Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Bill says to Weapon X69 says, they look great, and you can make them into awesome builds, but they require work. Yeah. Andrew says, looks like a knob to crank the power up to 11, Tim. Hell yeah, the little metal. Fuck yeah. Space Rat says, speaking of which, any chance we may get any news of new releases, even though Shizuoka Hobby Show was canceled because of the coronavirus? Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell, right? Bill says, to Space Rat, I would check out Silver Maverick as he tends to post that stuff regularly. Yeah, Ricardo's one of your best sources for news on releases and stuff like that. So Silver Maverick, yeah. Superset 5. Figures. 100 scale figures. You can always go HO figures. They're 1/72nd, and they're very, very close to 1/100, and you can probably get away with it, because I know that's what a lot of people do. So, if you can't find perfect 1/100 scale figures, you can always go the HO scale. There's a ton of variety in that. So, yeah, that's an option. It's an option. Chris Degger says, don't buy Bandai decals, buy Mecha Decals. Right, Chris? Yay, son. Space Rat 53 says, that a YouTube channel? Zero Kai says, why can't people buy Mecha Decals like a normal builder? Right? Nathan? Delayed, but there it is. Hey. Pab says, I'm currently being hampered by an old elbow injury. Tough to put decals on. Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Is it a T lifting accident in your elbow? Mm-hmm. A little bit. Bill says, no, I think he uses that ID on both Instagram and Facebook. There you go. Oh, probably Lincoln? Lincoln Wright? Maybe. Let's see. Pab says, I have the Master Grade Origins for some conversions. Not sure if that's a part I need. There you go. Space Rat says, not seeing them on Facebook. Sure you got the ID right. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Andrew says, Tim sent out the parts for the Master Grade Zeta Plus C1 I need to replace, so it'll be happy day when they arrive. And Andrew, I added a few extras in there for you as well. So there you go. Thank you for being patient. I know I just take my sweet goddamn time with sending shit out, and that is a problem. But it happens, right? Let's see. Greg says, my local hobby town is opening up for Curbside Friday, and holy crap, they are going to love my order. I need paints. Word. Z says, dealer's choice. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. What shall we sell, Z? If it's dealer's choice. What do we want to sell him, you guys? Let's see. Yeah, let's be gracious and let's something halfway decent, right? What do we have that I'm probably never gonna build? That's all parts up there. What's over here? Hey Z, are you opposed to resin kits? Let me know. Let's see what we've got over here, you guys. Hang on, I'll be back. I'm looking for kits for Z. Yeah, okay. Not one bit. Yo, okay. Hang on. And Pabs, you might start a bid on this. I don't know, but hang on. Alright. So, Z, we got two to choose from here. Let's get camera 2 zoomed out and I'll show you what I got. Specially selected for Z, Mr. Gumpler Ronin, right? Alright. So, boom. Regulation Center. That should tell you all you need to know, right? So, what we've got here, This is a very, very nice kit of the Zai or Cassie or whatever it is, from Hathaway's Flash. And now this says it's 1/100, right? I don't necessarily know, right? This is a fixed posed model kit, okay? And I got this. God, I don't even remember who I bought this from, honestly. But as you can see, these are all still completely sealed in their individual little baggies, right? 100%. Well, I take that back. One is open. Let's take that out and look at the quality of this piece. Yeah. That, my friends, is an original cast from Regulation Center. And it's not focusing. There she goes. And you know that resin smell? Ah, it's just lovely. Now, this is the thing to keep in mind. I even though it's marked 1/100, and I know a lot of companies freaking do this, I don't think it's truly 1/100. I think this is either closer to like 1/72nd, maybe 1/50th, right? I don't think it's a true 1/100, because if you look at the size of the feet here, and this is just the front part, mind you, I don't necessarily know if that's the case. Now, it does look like some of these have been opened up. I got this secondhand, obviously, and I don't even know if all the parts are here or not. But it looks like they are. 'Cause you got a ton of little partsy, greebly dealies here. And yeah, that all looks stupid nice. It comes with water slide decals and something you don't see every day. It actually comes with a base as well, right? It actually comes with its own base. Boom. Just like that. So, Mr. Z, this is the first kit that we have for your perusing this evening. And this kit could be yours if the price is right. That was dumb. But we'll put all these pieces back in here. And you know what? If you and Pabs want to start a bidding war over this, I'm good. I'm good with that. That's fine. So, yeah. Regulation Center original cast. It's marked as 1/100 Cassie. And here's the little tag right there. Right? So, there's the first one. And let's see, the second one is this bad boy right here. G-System Original. This is the 1/72nd Hyper Zeta. 1/72nd Hyper Zeta. This, I honestly don't think you're going to be able to find anymore. So, you got instructions. You got some nice pictures of what the Hyper Zeta looks like. Got a little sheet of water slide decals. And then we open it up to the goodness. And this, I'm going to tell you right now, this is at least 1/72nd, if not bigger. There's one of the wing binders, and there, look at that. That's the shield, right? That's the shield. Like, come on. And this is one of the legs. Like, this is a big boy, right? So if we look at it, right there is one of the lower legs right here, right? And if we look at the shield and compare the size of this shield, and this is probably 8-9 inches long, compare right there, this piece actually stands head and shoulders above this this shield, right? Let's see. Here's the back unit, everything there. A little imperfection there, but that's nothing that you can't fix, right? Probably just a pull mistake from the casting process. But this is all G System original kit. I am the original owner of said kit. And yeah, see, there's the back binder and everything like that. That's all looking really nice. that's part of the gun, right? Look at the size of that some bitch. So yeah, these this is a good little representation of G System's prowess when casting these parts and everything, right? So let's see, I'm looking for, yeah, see, here's the back. This is the back of the foot, this thing, right? This here. Why is my monitor freaking out? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Now, see, here are both of the legs. Look how beefy that is, right? Look at the size of that thing. And I don't even know what that is. That might be a part of the knee. Yeah, I have no idea. But, so here's the front of the foot. Here's the back of it. And that goes kind of like that, right? And then I think it is something like this for how that looks. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. I could be very, very wrong. But this is a huge, huge chunk of resin, Z. Huge chunk of resin. So, again, if you and Pabs want to start that bidding war, be my guest. Be my guest. But yeah, it's a nice. This is a nice B Club original kit. Like I said, with a little sheet of water slides in here. I think they're here they are right here. Instructions, all that good stuff could be yours if the price is right. Nice. Let's see. Pab says, let me. Jesus. Z says, Pabs, let me borrow 500. Right? There you go. Nice. Dude, make me an offer. I don't even know. Just hit me up after the fact. If you're really interested, if you're very, very seriously interested, just let me know. I'll give it to you at a good price. I promise. That thing's been sitting on... Both of these have been sitting on my shelf probably for at least a decade, if not more. So, yeah. Just hit me up. Let's see. Hey, Dust Drive is over there on Twitch. He says, what is up? What's going on, man? Let's see. We're going to just get caught up with the chat because it's 12:09 and we're not getting any more work done because the damn... You guys are just shouting craziness right now. Let's see. Going through there. Everybody's congratulating Bill. Except for Julio. He says, I don't recognize your authority. He will once he silences you. Let's see. Dust Drive wants to know what's my favorite flavor of wing. Buffalo. Hot. Thank you. Let's see. I'm just kind of powering through everything here. Will says, damn, Tim says the R word 2 more times and then Pabs will appear in his house, right? Resin, resin, resin. Jesus. Let's see. Z says, oh, I have plenty. I just want a kit from Tim. Like, I'm something special. Like, come on. Drew Perriman is over there on YouTube. He says, Tim, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. Pab says, or if Z does buy it, I'll buy it off him. There you go. He says, Pab says, I do not know that smell at all. Shh. Come on. Bill says the Cassian 1/100 must be a monster. Like I said, I think it's a little bit of the smaller side. I think I think some of these companies have a problem with scaling because the G System 1/100 scale Hainu is nowhere near 1/100 scale. It is absolutely a 144. No, there's no question in my mind. Because it's about the same size as their 1/100 Aotan RX-78, which I have, which I'm not selling, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid sizing. It's dumb. So I think it's a little smaller than 1/100, to be honest. Let's see. Zach Bleich is over here on YouTube. He says, I haven't read Hathaway's Flash. Might be massive like the Penelope. Yeah, the Cassie is absolutely humongous. It's not as big as the Penelope, but the Cassie is a monster. Yeah, absolutely humongous. C says, damn, Pabby's mouth is watering, right? Let's see. Chris Degger says, oh, wow, I've never seen that before. What do those cost? A good amount, because they're full resin kits. This is not a flex. Please understand this. But I also have a 1/48 Hazel. Is it 1/48 or 1/72? I don't remember. It might be 1/72. Oh, yeah, that's 1/70. I have a 1/72 full resin Hazel. And then kind of the jewel in the crown is the 1/48 Aotan full resin. That was stupid expensive. But thankfully, I bought these at a discounted rate when I used to have a distributor ship through G System way back in the day. Way back in the day, like early 2000s. So, yeah, haven't done that shit in a long time. I don't even think G Systems is around anymore. I don't even know. But, yeah, those are pretty expensive kits, not going to lie. Pretty expensive kits. A 144 in that scale, full resin, will easily run you probably, as an original, mind you, easily run you over $100, $150, depending on the complexity of it. So these bigger ones that have a lot more resin and a lot more parts, more expensive than that. More expensive than that, yeah. Let's see. Z says, what's the retail on that Ferrari? He also says, I'll take the Zeta. There you go. Pab says, I'm working on that one. Chris Degger says, oh my god, yeah, Zeta is my favorite Gundam. Pab says, mine's all pinned, ready for priming. There you go. Z says, yep, Zeta it is. There you go. Pab says, last I saw this guy sold was at around $400 to $500. Z, trust me, I will give you a much better kit than that, or a much better price than that. Trust me. Trust me. Let's see. He says, shut the fuck up, Babs. Right? Jesus. Ruining it, right? Ruining his leverage. Pab says, I couldn't drop 500 for it. There you go. And Pabs, Z says, Pabs, let me borrow the 500. That's where he got it from, right? Pab says the one I have is a G System Best recast, not too bad, honestly. Yeah, the originals were pretty decent, fairly sharp on the details, the whole 9 yards. Depended on their age of the mold, but for the most part, I was very, very happy with a lot of their pulls. A lot of them were really pretty good. Let's see. Chris Pab says, "Oh, sorry, mine is Neo grade." It happens. Zach Blythe says to Andrew, "Thank you. Feel free to message me on Facebook if there's any issue at all. We'll ship tomorrow." Hey, there you go. What did Andrew say, actually? I forget. Oh, I bought a kit from your store this evening. Hey, there you go. Good. Thank you for supporting small businesses there, Andrew. We appreciate that. Even though I'm not even affiliated with Zach, still appreciate that, because Zach and the boys up at Galactic Toys are good people. Real good people. Bill says, does that build on a perfect grade inner frame? It does not. No, these are both full resin, top to bottom. Let's see. Zach says, all right, guys, time for bed. Have a good night. Zach, thank you for watching, buddy. Appreciate you. Julio says, I got tree fitty. Add some zeros to that, or at least 1 0. Shit. Mike R is over there on YouTube. He says, I still have a 172nd G System Kshatriya sitting in my backlog. Nice. I like that. Pab says, I'm more interested in the Kasi. I haven't seen that thing in years. There you go. Z says, Kasi for Pab, Zeta for me. Will do, sir. Hey. Chris Degger says, Pabs, if you buy it, we all want to see pictures on the Facebook page. Definitely. Dust Drive says, so how is there a Hathaway kit out when the series hasn't even come out yet? So they released the Penelope in the HGUC form. Actually, I have that. I actually won that at GBWC last year in one of their giveaways and stuff. So I have that actually on the shelf. They prep out the models and stuff like that in terms of to get people ready and all that good stuff. The Penelope, because it's just a monstrosity, is like, that's the big one, and that gets the hype up, right? This one down here was obviously made many, many years ago, and that was just based off of the manga. So, yeah. Andrew says, Tim, got a GM Dominance you'd be willing to sell? No, I unfortunately don't have a GM Dominance, Andrew. I'm sorry. Or else I might have considered it. I don't know. Chris Dagger says, LMAO, I work in visual effects. Tons of people have a problem with scale. Dude, right? Space Rat says, since we've gone into resin, any recommendations for a first-time resin kit and supplies I would need? Also, some good conversions with a relatively low cost, like not hundreds or thousands of dollars. Yeah. Pab says, if you watch any of my streams, I cover a lot of resin info, especially for those that want to start. Yeah. And Pab says, Nifo. Great job, Pabs. Bill says, G-Systems is still around, but they are very limited runs. Oh, I didn't even know they were still around. I thought they went hell up. Bill says, from what I've seen. Okay, I got you. Space Rat says, I'll need to check those out. Toshio's over there on YouTube. He says, all this resin talk makes me wonder if B Club Gelgoog Jaeger could be easily modified to fit a Gelgoog 2.0, because I need a Jaeger. As long as they're same scale. Bandai had a great, a pretty spot-on record in terms of scaling with B Club. Because, the reason why I say this is because that right there, the Blue Destiny up in the corner of your screen, was a B Club original. Yeah, I bought that way back. But yeah, their scaling always kind of made sense and kind of fit. So, it's possible. It's possible. Greg Blair says, Hathaway's Flash is a manga from a while back. Yeah. Andrew says, dang, oh well, it was worth checking. True. Toshi says, that reminds me, all the stuff I grabbed from your Amazon page came in finally. Some BSI glue, Tamiya tape, and the paint mixer. Glad to finally have that in. Nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Enjoy. Definitely enjoy. All right. Good stuff. But yeah, Z and Pabs, if you guys want these, trust me, I'm not going to bend you over on them. I'll give you a good price. Probably better than you've ever seen. Just hit me up after the fact and we can talk. Actually, I even got some other ones over here. And I can, if you guys want, I can part check these for you beforehand, just to make sure everything's in there, all that good stuff. But I also have a couple 1/72 Jabrera Tetras from G Systems as well. I know one is definitely missing some parts, so I don't know if I would even offer that one to you guys, but the other one is, I think, pretty much intact. So got that, and I got a few others. If you guys are interested, I don't know, but just hit me up after the fact. Anyway, all right, you guys, we're gonna call it a night. It's 12:20 here. Let's go camera one and throw this on, yeah? Boom, just like that. The dingoes, hell yeah. So looking over here. Chris Decker says, yeah, my NT cutter finally came in, and it's a neat little knife. Thank you for having that Amazon page, by the way. It's really cool to browse everything you need in one spot. Yeah, I mean, because that's everything I use, right? Everything I use. Charles Dodge says, any red frame ashtray resin? I do not have any. Pabs might. Andrew says, probably not till after the Bandai Open. Going to spend the next few months working on my kit for that. There you go. Charles Dodge says, is it red frame or a red frame variant? If so, it needs it. There you go. Right? Anyway. All right. Let's do this. Let's close it out for the night, you guys. So, yeah, White Dingo. White Dingoes. If you want your very own White Dingo hat, which I know a few of you have ordered some of these, hit up www.shotofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat, many more, shirts, prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff in there. So go load up. If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we are working with here tonight, much like Chris Degger has partaken. Let's go with that. Then hit the Amazon link just below here on Twitch and YouTube, Twitch and YouTube, that side if you're watching on Facebook. Now, mind you, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It goes to help me out, help out the stream, fuel our endeavors moving forward, right? So there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Like I said, tools and materials. There's books for inspiration. And there's also gear for streaming if you want to get into that now. Definitely is the perfect time. And then if you are interested in kits, paints, tools, accessories, etc., Mecha Decals Sheets 1 and 2, those are both in stock and shipping now. Hit up our good friends right down here at USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine crew down there will definitely have what you need. And now last, but most importantly, if you like what we do, if you learn something, if you pick up tips and techniques and stuff like that, like, follow, subscribe to all of the social media channels and everything. Hit the little thumbs up icon down at the bottom there. Let's get that algorithm working in our favor. And if you know somebody that may actually benefit from seeing this stream and seeing what we do on here, then share it with them. Share it in a group. Share it everywhere. Be the nice thing to do, right? Anyway. All right, you guys, I'm going to be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. We're going to jump back into the high-grade SD thingy that we're doing for the Team SD build-off. Fun till whenever I get it done. And we're going to continue that. Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, one last check on the chat. Z says, I've never been able to find them except for backpacks. Charles Dodge says, I found a few red frames and a red frame variant. Z says, maybe I misunderstood the question. Yeah, Julio says, later, fam. What? Later, Julio. So yeah, anyway. Finito. There we go. All right, you guys. I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Use some common sense. But most importantly, make something cool.